What's up, Raptors? This is Mrs. Damon here. I'm one of the counselors here at Viewpoint. Something to know about me is that I love trees. I could do nothing but look at trees all day. I love the way they sway in the wind, how they give us shade, and even produce things like peaches, apples, pears, and nuts. I love to look at the different statures between trees. Some are tall, some are short, some are crooked, and some are straight. Some bloom, and some don't. Some lose their leaves in the fall, and some don't. Some trees have moss that grow on them, and others have roots that grow out of the branches. When I see trees that have been covered in snow, it gives me a sense of peace, like everything is still and quiet. And sometimes when I look at trees, I wonder the stories they could tell if they could talk. Like, what have they witnessed from being in one place for so long? Aren't trees the best? Well, I do have a favorite tree, and let me tell you about it. In the summertime, I like to hike the Timpanogos Cave Trail, and on that trail is where this tree resides. It's not a big tree at all. In fact, it's smaller in size, probably only about as tall as I am. As you can see, this tree has grown out of the rock on the hillside. If you look closely at it, the trunk of the tree has little offshoots that look as though they were grasping for somewhere to hold, just for more stability. And toward the top of the trunk, you can see that it has grown itself into the wedge of the rock. This little tree is doing everything it can to survive. Every time I'm on the trail, I look at the tree and admire its ability to withstand another season of wind, rain, sun, and snow. But why do you think the tree is able to survive all the elements? Well, let's talk about it. In the early 90s, there was a place in Arizona that was built called the Biosphere 2. This was a very large, enclosed facility designed to mimic Earth's ecosystems, which allowed scientists to study how different environments interact with each other in a controlled setting. In the biosphere, trees were observed to fall over frequently, and this puzzled scientists. Scientists came to realize that the enclosed environment lacked wind, which meant the trees weren't experiencing this necessary stress needed to cause their root system to grow deeper. The absence of the wind created weak trees that couldn't support their own weight. The scientists saw evidence of this when they looked at the tree rings. The trees were never stressed, so they were weak. Trees need the elements, especially wind, to grow stronger. My little tree needs the wind to create such a stronghold in and on the rock. Humans are like trees. Wind, both gentle and fierce, parallels the challenges and supports we experience in life, which both shape us and strengthens our foundations. Just as trees rely on the wind to build reliance, humans too benefit from a balance of winds in life. We have positive winds of encouragement, inspiration, and support to nourish us, offering gentle guidance that allows us to stretch and grow toward our goals. These winds feel affirming and safe, boosting our confidence and providing moments of calm, and they encourage us to stay grounded, reminding us of our core values, and help us navigate with greater clarity. However, negative winds, which are challenges, failures, and hardships, are equally necessary for our growth. They push us in uncomfortable directions, testing our limits and forcing us to deepen our roots as we strive to remain upright. This turbulence can be unsettling, but it often teaches us strength and adaptability and self-reliance. So when those negative winds are upon us, it helps us to have tools to get through those times, so that our roots can grow deeper and stronger. We have a program at Viewpoint called Sources of Strength. Sources of Strength promotes 8 tools that are designed to build resilience that focuses on identifying and promoting positive aspects of life. These sources are divided into 8 core areas that help people navigate challenges. I've asked a few people to show what strength helps them build resilience. Let's see what they say.
One source we can use to strengthen our roots is through healthy activities. For me, I like to get outside, walk my dogs, or do a cold plunge. What about you? What healthy activities can you do to strengthen yourself? Think of something and give it a try this week, and pay attention to how it improves your mental health.
Something that gives me strength is my family, and we support each other in all kinds of different ways, whether that's going on vacations together, working together around the house, making Play-Doh sculpting competitions, having our family Olympics, or simply making fun of my dad's mustache. Because that's what families do. We do funny little things to show each other that we love each other and that we support each other. This is my family. My family might look different than your family. Really, family is just having people that have your back no matter what.
My name is James Clemisha. Most people just call me Mr. James. I am the school-based therapist, also known as a school social worker, and I chose to talk about mental health as my source of strength. And part of maintaining it as a source of strength is setting time aside to practice self-care. And I do that through various hobbies that I have. And so the first one I'd like to talk about is Legos. So I love Legos, probably too much. Another is through video games. I'm a huge gamer. My go-to is Overwatch. And lastly is Magic the Gathering. Love playing Magic the Gathering as well. Prime example of setting time aside for self-care would be Magic the Gathering. I do Friday Night Magic with my buddies. And so I just encourage you all, if you haven't developed some sort of self-care and tied it in with one of your hobbies, to give it a shot. And that way you can continue to allow your mental health to thrive and keep it healthy and use it as a source of strength.